Hello everyone, this is Jim back again with part 2 of my video series of my Christmas layout. I'd like to talk about how I put this thing together very briefly. I've been getting questions on how long it took me and what I did to put it together. Basically I just winged it, but starting at the beginning, what we have are 3 Samsonite plastic foldable tables put together. They're 30 inches by 6 feet and 29 inches off the ground. All I did was secure 3 of them together. They are separated by about 3 or 4 inches of an opening that I covered with some aluminum fascia put down with duct tape. I needed a few extra inches to fit this track layout on. This track layout is known as the Big Climb. It's a fast track layout known as the Big Climb. I consolidated it a little bit to fit it onto these 3 tables. But basically Fast Track is Lionel's premier, modern Lionel premier track. It's sectioned, you snap them together. They have the plastic roadbed, and it's very versatile, easy to work with, but it is expensive. Looking at the upper layer, or the upper part of the layout, it's a double reverse, and there's 2 switches involved. And if you look closely at the first switch, when a train comes along left to right, this switch will be in the straight position or the curved position. The train comes in, follows the track around, comes back out to the switch, and the front wheels of the engine will just flick that over. So this just goes back and forth, and as the train circles around the layout, reverses itself, it'll hit that switch and automatically, just by wheel movement, move that switch back and forth. We've got 2 big animated units. This first one is a skating rink, and there's several skaters that move around the skating rink using a pulley system underneath the plastic that have magnets. Each of these skaters have magnets, and the magnets move around haphazardly around the skating rink, moving the figures. And I added a few extra pieces: the rabbit, fire hydrant, another dog, etc. It's pretty nifty. There's also a switch on the side here. It plays about 25 Christmas carols over and over and over again. Pretty nifty. And on the side we have this styrofoam ski lift, and this has the same concept of magnets under a pulley system, and the skiers will go up and down, continuously up and down this slalom. And I've added a couple of sleds and a gentleman ice fishing with his dog. Another nifty animated device. The majority of the items that you see in this layout were purchased at estate sales, yard sales, for pennies on the dollar. You can really get things cheap if you keep an eye out for things like this. These houses are very detailed, and if you look inside, you can see there's people inside. Inside, this is a Nan's woolen shop. Here we have a Hanover school, and you can see some students there, or a student in there with the teacher, the bakery, etc. Now each of these houses came with an AC electric light bulb unit that would go into the back of each house. But all I did was to simplify things, was lay out the homes and businesses and take a long string of Christmas light bulbs, as you can see here, and just stuck them in the back of each home, in the back of each business, and that just continues along to each house. So it's real simple. So just laid out the houses, and the string probably has hundreds of lights, not hundreds, but 100 or so lights, and I just plugged into the back of each business. Very simple. Lastly, the train itself is a Lionel modern set, made in China, of course. This is the Lionel Winter Wonderland set from the late 90s. Starting off with the engine, it's a 4-4-2, which means there's 4 guide wheels in the front, 4 main drive wheels, and then 2 underneath the cab, trailing. Next is the coal car, the Winter Wonderland coal car. Then we have the box car with the deer looking out, and these deer move back and forth with the vibration of the box car. This gondola is an interesting little gondola. We have the Santa to the left and the Mrs. Santa to the right, and as this car moves along, there's a gear system underneath the wheels that move the Santa and the Mrs. Santa in a loop around the cargo. She is chasing him, and it's a neat little animated unit. But if you watch carefully when the train goes around, these 2 figures move around that gondola in a big circle. The gondola with some presents, and some of these cars were add-ons to the main Winter Wonderland Express train set itself. I believe this is one of those vehicles. This is the Tree Topper Transport. Here's a North Pole Line gondola with a Santa and Mrs. Santa on a hand car. That hand car comes off and it can be placed on the track, and it runs on DC power. Silver bell unit. This gondola transports 2 silver bells. And then we've got the peppermint pipeline. Several pipes, plastic pipes decorated in candy cane red and white. And lastly, the Winter Wonderland caboose. So in review, I just set up the 3 tables, covered it with 2 large swaths of white and green felt, laid out the track. You can find the track layout online doing a search on Google for Lionel Big Climb diagram. It'll give you the diagram and the exact specifics of the fast tracks needed. Planted the houses, put down the people, put down the lights, put down a few extras. There's a styrofoam mountain in the back. Just using my imagination, and as things happen, just placed and where it would look good. And this is the final outcome. So get a close-up of that switch as it turns. And it's on the straight, but here comes the train, hits it, moves it to the outside into a curve. And now when it reverses itself, it's going to hit that switch on exit, and it'll become straight and just keep repeating over and over again. Okay, thanks for watching. Take care.